So just for the information of everyone, this proceedings is being streamed live via Facebook, and considering the presence of quorum, I will now call this conference to order. I just request everyone to please stand up for a short break.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Glorious and blessed God, we place our work and ourselves in your hands. Anoint our creativity, our ideas, our energy, so that even as small as that can be for. God, when we are challenged, guide us. When we are weary, energize us. May the work that we do and the way that we do it bring hope, life, and courage to all we who minister within the organization. Bless the members of the Special Peace Works Committee, Technical Working Group, and the Secretariat with wisdom, discernment, commitment, and compassion, and with courage and strength. Rooted in your love, may your face illuminate all activities done in your name. This we pray in your mighty and holy name. Amen.
Please take your seats. So for this afternoon, we will be adopting our meeting contracts for the project procurement of National Technical Support Center for NTSC for the 2025 national and local elections. Before we start, may we have the attendance. Secretary.
Good afternoon, everyone. The following are present in today's meeting conference for the procurement of National Technical Support Center, or NTSC, for the 2025 national and local elections. From the Special Awards Committee, we have a chairperson, Director Alejandro Ibarra, as part members of the Committee of Las Vegas, and Director of Financial Management. From the SPAC Technical Working Group, we have TOBG Head Attorney Marisa Corta Nazar, Assistant Head Attorney Elmer H. Abad II, TWG members Attorney Andrew C. Grace Laura, Attorney Robert Roland Katangay, Mr. Juanito Magno II, Mr. Melchor Gaban, Ms. Veronica Nicolas, Ms. Norbeline Manalo, Mr. Heriberto Aguilar, Attorney Magellan Ferrer, Mr. Ariel Versosa, Mr. Armand Castro, Ms. Rosana Cedriana, and Maricel Penosa. From the SPAC Secretariat, we have Head Attorney with Assistant Head Ms. Marian Adams, Secretariat members Attorney Catherine Fernandez, Edgar Apanay, Maria Teresa Moragua, Louis Alardo, Jocelyn Tugas, Adeline Austria, Bernabe Ayman, Elboy Jugara, Christian Blas, John Paul Sabloy, and Federico. From the Office of Commissioner Marlon Vasquez, we have Attorney Michael Amonte. From the Internal Audit Department, we have Mr. Jerome Cuevas. From our end user, from the Personal Department, we have Director Maria Teresa Iraula. And we have Attorney Nicey and Sinas. For our prospective leaders for today, the following are present from Dynamic Outsource Solutions Incorporated, represented by Mr. John Mindahao, Mr. Ryan Mira, Mr. Feljun Eladia, and Mr. Gary Keeper. Also from Dynamic Outsource, we have Attorney Geraldine Colon. So that's our attendance for today. As for the House rules, this pre conference is open to all interested parties. Questions will be everything after the presentation of the chairperson and the presentation of the secretariat. Questions must be brief, concise, specific, and relevant to the meeting at hand. All questions must be addressed to the SMART chairperson. For the participants, if you want to raise clarification or suggestions, you may raise your hand and ask to be recognized. And once acknowledged, you can ask questions or clarifications or give suggestions. And then, of course, your questions must be put in writing, addressed to the SPAC chairperson, and submitted to the SPAC secretariat on or before the deadline to submit this. Observe order during the proceedings and act or utterance which will be registered with proceedings will not be tolerated. Please mute your phones to avoid unnecessary noise and maintain cleanliness of the conference room at all times. At this point, I now turn over the floor to our SPAC chairperson, Director Alan Castillo.
Thank you, Director. Now this month I present to you the project brief for this project as presented on the screen. The title of the project is the Procurement of National Technical Support Center for the 2025 National Economic. The funding source is the General Appropriations Act of fiscal year 2024, and the authority to procure is the approved sixth amendment and ninth supplemental in the revised annual procurement plan for fiscal year 2024. The ABC or the approved budget for the contract is 300 billion pesos, and the ABC is what exempt. For the scope of goods and services, the quantity is 1 lakh for the procurement of the NTSC or the National Technical Support Center for the 2025 NLE. We conducted a pre-procurement conference for this project last September 23, 2024. And the ESPA is in receipt of the approved purchase request under PR number 24-09-1528. This was received last October 4, 2024. The invitation to bid was posted last October 8, 2024 at the PLDF and public websites, as well as at the Comelec LED TV Information Wall and at the ESPA Information Bulletin Board. The opening of bids is scheduled for October 29, 2024 at 10:30 in the morning. The venue will be at the Convention Hall of the Bureau of Treasury, the third floor of this same building. The notices for the scheduled pre-bid and bid opening conferences were sent to the following last October 8, 2024. To the Honorable Chairman, George Urbina Garcia, Head of the Steering Committee, to the Honorable Commissioner Marlon S. Casquejo, Commissioner in charge of the Automation Committee for the 2025 NME, to the Head Executive Assistant of the Office of the Chairman, Director Esther L. Rojas, to Director Celia P. Romero, Head of the Project Control Group for the 2025 NME, to the Executive Director, Director Cristo E. Elmas Jr., to Director Margaret C. G., Director 4 of Personnel Department, to Director Maria Teresa Cabayan de Raola, Director 3 of the Personnel Department, to Director Maria Leia Atala, 1, Director 4 of the Procurement Management Department, to Director C. T. Maimona Asisa G. Altabalo, Director 4 of the Internal Audit Department, to Director General C. Alcampo, Director 4 of the Education and Information Department. We also sent the same notices on the same date, October 8, 2024, to the following servers: to Honorable Senator Amy R. Marcos, Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Electoral Reforms and People's Participation; to the Honorable Maximo Y. Dalo Jr., Chairperson of the Committee on Supplies and Electoral Reforms, House of Representatives; to the Honorable Eleanor G. Pancho, Supervising Auditor, Office of Director Auditor, Commission on Audit; to Attorney Rona Ann Carlitos, Executive Director of Lente General of NAMCRA; Mr. Ruben J. Pascual, Secretary General of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry; to Ms. Evelyn R. Singson, National Chairperson of the PPCRB; and to Mr. Lloyd Ian Zaragoza, convener of Democracy Watch Philippines. So as of today, we have no bidders yet who purchase our bidding documents. Now at this stage, may we ask the Secretariat to please make a presentation as to the requirements of this project for a better information for our the benefit of our bidders. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We will discuss the contents of the technical envelope and financial envelope. So the financial, as to the marking and sealing of your bids, it will be discussed by Ms. Maria.
Good afternoon po everyone. I'll be discussing the sealing and marking of needs po. So we have a two envelope system, the technical component envelope and financial component envelope. The technical component po consists of legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Also, if makikipag-joint venture po kayo, yung tinatawag na class B documents, ilalagay nyo rin po yun sa technical component envelope. And then the next envelope po is your financial component. So, yung financial component nyo po must have yung fully accomplished and scientific form, yung Annex G. Yung Annex G po, dun po nakalagay yung total bid nyo for the project, and then the price schedule. Yung price schedule, ito po yung detailed breakdown kung paano po kayo nakapag-come up dun po sa inyong bid. So, session screen po is yung paano po yung pag-seal nyo and then yung copies na isasubmit nyo. So, for the technical and financial component envelope po, may main copy and 3 additional copies. And then po, ilalagay nyo po kada component to po between original or your main copy versus the additional copies, yung original copy po or your main copy shall prevail. Also po, unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes shall be rejected. However, bid envelopes po that are not properly sealed and marked as recorded in the bidding document shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition and that the SDAC shall assume no responsibility for its premature opening po. And then po, flash on the screen is yung markings po kada envelope po na isasubmit nyo. So, it should contain the name of the project to be bid and then yung name and address of the bidder and should be addressed to the public SDAC. And there is specific project ID number as indicated po in the invitation to bid. And bear a warning of do not open before the date and time of the opening. So that's all po. Thank you.
Now let's go to your technical component envelope. So the contents of your technical component envelope are the following: your classic legal documents. Of course, you should have your valid field just registration certificate, platinum membership. This is in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR of RA 1994. So pursuant to GPT resolution number 15-2021, the dealer shall only submit a valid and updated field jet certificate of registration and membership in lieu of Class A eligibility documents in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR for purposes of determining eligibility. Next. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, so including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. So there is a form for that. Please refer to Annex A of Section 9 of the BD forms. So this is your form for your ongoing contracts. It must be certified correct by your authorized representative. And then your statement of the bidder's single large completed contract or SLCC. Please refer to Annex B of Section 9 of the bidding forms. So for the stimulate contract of this project, it is defined as remote support and monitoring and or business process outsourcing or BPO call center services. The relevant period completed within 8 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, and the bidder must have a legal contract that is similar to the project and whose value must be at least 50% of the EBC. So any of the following documents must be attached to your SLCC and user's acceptance, official receipt, or sales invoice. So please refer to Annex B of the bidding forms. For your SLCC, it must be certified correct by your authorized representative. Just a note, collection receipts cannot substitute for the submission of the official receipt. So it must be official receipts. And then submission of your bid security in any of the following forms. Notarized bid security declaration per Annex C of Section 9 of the bidding forms. or it may be in the form of cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, equivalent to at least 2% of the total ABC. So if we submit this, it should be 6 million pesos if in cash. But if in surety bond, it must be 15 million pesos, which is at least 5% of the total ABC. Okay, so this is your bid security declaration form. Please refer to Annex C of the bidding forms. And then conformity with Section 6, schedule requirements, that's your period of delivery. And conformity with Section 7 of the technical specifications. Duly signed and conformed terms of reference appended as Annex POR, which contains all the terms and conditions of the project and made an integral part of the bidding documents. So please go over the terms of reference. And then also during the opening, you have to submit your proposed NTSC plan, NTSC plan, which shall include, the support layering diagram and processes, infrastructure, architecture, description of features on communication strategy and protocols, NTSC premise security control, documentation of handling NTSC, and contingency procedures. And then submission of your proposed layout plan of the NTSC based on the requirements specified in the TOR, which shall be subject to the final approval of the Commonwealth. Organizational chart and manpower complement that shall cover the technical support, all election sites as predefined by the number of polling centers per locality, number of canvassing centers, and all data centers. And also submission of your technical support, number of technical support to be hired, and the plan for hiring, training, documentation, and operational procedures. Then submission of your duly signed omnibus warrant statement or OSS for Annex D of Section 9 of the bidding forms, with attached, in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, duly signed and notarized secretary certificate, board partnership or resolution, or special power of attorney, whichever is applicable, or in case of joint venture, duly signed and notarized SPA of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS, and do acts to represent the bidder, or in case of sole proprietorship, duly signed and notarized SPA, giving full power and authority to its authorized representative to sign the OSS. So for your OSS, please refer to Annex D of the bidding form. So select any of those, whichever is applicable to you, if you're a sole proprietorship, if you're a partnership, or if you're a corporation. So please take note of those last selections, which is applicable. Must be notarized. And then submission of your net financial contracting capacity or your NTSC. So there is a form for that. Please refer to Annex D for your NFCC. So your NFCC is at least equal to the ABC, which is 300 million. The amount of your NFCC is computed as follows: current assets less your current liabilities. The equivalent of that should be multiplied by 15, which is constant. And then you deduct your value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the project under ongoing contract. Then the total of that will be your net financial contracting capacity. And it must be certified correct by your authorized representative. So if you don't have an NFCC, you may submit a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank. And also there's a form for that. Please refer to Annex 1 of Section 9 of the forms. So your CLC or committed line of credit is equivalent to at least 10% of the ABC of the project. So if you're a joint venture, this is applicable. You must have a duly signed and notarized joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence. But if not, then you have to submit a duly signed and notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners, stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful per Annex M of Section 9 of the bidding forms. So there's a form for your undertaking. please refer to that under Annex X. So please take note that each partner of the JV shall submit their respective children's certificate of registration and submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit NTSC shall likewise submit the statement of all ongoing contracts, and its audited financial statements shall be used for the computation of the NFCs. So that's for the technical component envelope. As for the financial component envelope, Ms. Maya, which will discuss it with you.
So for your financial component envelope, again, we have two documents po. First is your bid form, kung saan nyo po ilalagay yung total bid nyo for the project. Make sure po na hindi po lalagpas dun sa ABC ng project. And please indicate the amount in words and amount in figures. And should there be discrepancy between amount in words and amount in figures, the amount in words po should be made. And the next po is yung price schedule. Sa price schedule po, gagamitin niyo po yung Annex G2. That's in your bidding documents. If check nyo na po yung inyong bidding documents, sa Annex G2, may mga components na po na nakadetalye doon, lalagyan nyo na lang po ng information, particularly yung price po. Here, if you can see po sa screen, so may mga naka-indicate na po na mga itemized services or goods for the project. So you just have to fill out the form and make sure po makapaglagay niyo ng amount, particularly for 6 and 8. And for columns 9 and 10, please be reminded po na may computation po doon. So for column 9, it's column 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. So for this project po, bad exam po yung ating project. So just indicate 0 or dash sa column 7. And then sa column 10, it's column 9 multiplied by column 4. And also, pag i-free nyo yung items na to sa comment like for example, for column 6 and column 8, just indicate 0 or dash. Don't indicate any not applicable or any kasi po mag-disqualify kayo. Again, just indicate 0 or dash. So again, ito sa G2, nakaspecify na po dyan yung detailed services and goods na ilalagay nyo po ng and make sure po yung total nito, pag in-add up po, is equivalent po din sa inyong bid po na nakalagay sa Annex G. So, that's all po. Thank you.
Balikan ko lang yung financial component. So, yan, breakdown yan, total offer. So, you need to know how did you come up with your offer. So, nilagay naman namin dyan lahat ng kailangan. And meron tayong other cost. So, pag hindi lang rin doon sa taas, then maglagay rin yung mga miscellaneous. And then we will compute it. So, be careful in placing the figures kasi if there's a discrepancy, ay yung kinalculate namin na according to what you presented, yun ang mag-prepare. So, pag kulang ng piso or 2 piso, pag kinalculate ng EWG yun ang mag-prepare. So, ulitin nyo para ma-review nyo para pareho lahat. Yung nasa bid form, nasa G2, pag kinalculate natin lahat yun, pareho lahat. So, do not put NA, just put 0 or dash. Okay, that's all, Mr. Chair. So, yeah, nasabi naman natin yung specify na 0 or dash should be enough. So at this point, we now turn over the floor to Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. Now with the presentation, we are now opening the floor for questions or clarifications from our leaders. If you have any. Yes, sir, please.
Can we go back to the financial?
Secretary, please.
Just want to get that.
Just a clarification. You mentioned 1 lakh, but you have a list of things that make up the lakh. Do you want us to give estimates for each of those?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, for the record, may we request the representative of the end user.
And we have the microphone for the end user. We do not own the generator system, we don't really, we will have to price the generator system.
I think we group the components, sir, so we can provide the price for each component that necessary, the breakdown for the items inside the components, sir. For example, the building facilities. There can be one price, but every component should be inside the building, sir. But not necessary for the generator, one amount and air conditioning, but for the entire building facility, there should be one pricer, not for the entire lot of NTSC.
I hope you don't mind to do this, because one mistake that we're disqualified. So, when you say locker room, you want us to cost it, if we have to build a locker room. Comfort rooms. Usually,
That's essentially the end user. Nilagay lang namin sa G. So, if I may, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
So, Director Leah, ang sinasabi sir, that you want lang kasi yung nakalagay kasi dyan. So, ang po is, kung for example, na 100 million, so ilalagay sa plan yung 100 million. So, pag 100 million, that covers na the generator, the air condition, yun. So, hindi na kailangan na 100 million of breakdown ng aircon, ng generator, or breakdown.
Yes, sir. We have basic understanding
Only production lang 1 lakh in facilities.
Any price for item.
Not for items, sir, for major component of the, for major component of the project, sir, like building facilities, workstations, manpower. For example, sir, the workstations, it comprises 645 units. They can provide one total price for all of the workstations. Not necessarily, sir, per unit of workstation. Yes, sir.
Is that okay? Is that a clear answer? Yes, ma'am.
If we understand it correctly, that, for example, for the premises, you're requiring, one price for the building facilities which have all of those bullet points in it. There's one price for all those bullet, for the building which has all the components in it. So, for the building facility, for example, blank had 100 million pesos for the building facility, but that building facility should have the generator set, the air condition, the internet, the door access, etc.
Yes.
And for the second page, you're asking for 645 units of workstations with such a size and with all those facilities, one price, is 5,645. Ganun mangyayari doon sa population natin.
Sige, sir. Sige, sir.
Ibig sabihin, kada unit magkano? Kunyari po, ang isang set nila,
Sama-sama.
one set ng cubicle with this.
Sir, as to your questions, we will be issuing a sample on how the computation should be made. So that will be issued through a video. So for the guidance, yeah, on how to fill up the columns. At the end information. Any other concerns now?
Yes. On this single largest completed contract, we request for the extra consideration to at least accept 2 contracts, but this really could it be required 50% of the needs.
Yeah, we take note of the suggestion. Also, we will be issuing the video. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, clarification, doon sa mga taong hindi akay, pwede na
Completed senior high school, sir. Completed graduated.
Maybe just request her that give us a late and all of the questions, so that we'll have basis also to issue. And if you have other questions, you have until October 19th,
Yes, sir, they have.
Saturday, to submit to us your clarifications
Email.
through email. The secretary will provide you the email. So if there are no more questions so far, we can now proceed with your other announcements, Secretary.
So announcement po, deadline is again, just to reiterate, the deadline is to submit request for certifications. That's until October 19, 2021 Saturday, or at least 10 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and must be in writing addressed to the head person. The issuance of the supplemental bid bulletin is on October 22, 2024, Tuesday, or at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and opening. So kindly address your queries or clarification to our chairperson, Dr. Alan Francis Sabaya, and send it to the secretariat with contact details as flash on the screen. So yung contact information po nasa meeting po. And then, just a reminder po, it's the responsibility of the leader to inquire and serious implemental activity that may be issued the ESA. However, leaders have submitted these before the issuance of the metal usually informed, and then have to modify or regular needs in accordance with section 26 of the same IRR. If mag-modify po kayo ng needs, just submit another piece and then indicate po yung word ng pre-modification para alam po ng ESA pero minodify sa inyo originally. And then the deadline for the submission of fees is on October 29, Tuesday, on or before 9 a.m. Sa ESMA Secretariat Office of the Procurement Management Department, 305A, third floor of the annex building of FEMI, Air Soriana Avenue, Intramuros, Manila, and then the schedule of opening of bids seen date po at 10:30 a.m. sa third floor convention hall of this building. And just a reminder po, the bidding documents may be downloaded free from the Procurement and Projects website. You may also secure copies from the ESCA Secretariat Office. Just make sure po na bago po kayo mag-submit ng bids na makapagbayad po kayo ng fee for the bidding documents. You may pay the bidding documents in person and economic cash division. Upon securing order of payment from the ESCA Secretariat, you may also pay po online through fund transfer or bank deposit at the Commonwealth Land Bank of the Philippines and any LBP branch request for an account number 00110426. So the amount of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. And then kindly send to us the transaction for deposit slip to escom@comelec.gov.ph, copy furnished comelec.escom.ads@gmail.com. So, ulitin ko lang po, just make sure that all forms are completely filled up and posted report signature are signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. Counter-check pages of the documents, incomplete pages from the marked as failed for the specific requirement and thus ineligibility of the bidder. Read carefully all the contents of the bidding documents, such as the limited industry general special features of the contract, schedule, and technical specifications. Also,
Thank you, Secretary. So there will be no other matters to be discussed. This previous conference is your We thank everyone for your attendance.